Okay, so now that we have chalked down the resources, we'll now see how to approach these resources based on the kind of topics that are given in our syllabus. So for paper 1, there are primarily two kinds of topics. Few topics are theory based and while few are practice based. You have to take up resources accordingly. For the practice parts like comprehension, mathematical reasoning and aptitude, logical reasoning and data interpretation, the best resources are your previous year's question papers. Because after initial guidance on how to do these, practice is the key. And there cannot be better mock papers than these PYQs. These topics are high yielding topics. If you practice well, you can score even up to 100% marks in these topics. The next set of topics which are conceptual are teaching aptitude, research aptitude, communication and ICT. So if you have good understanding of these topics, you will be good to go. So for these topics, I would suggest you to follow Talveer Singh's videos. His videos, I think, are enough for getting good understanding of getting the preliminary idea of these topics, which are all that we require for this exam. He has taught these topics in marathon videos of around 3 hours. If you watch them and then you can try to solve the PYQs. If you find any topic missing in those videos and which are coming in these PYQs, if you find them the questions repetitively in the PYQs but which have not been addressed in the in Talveer Singh's videos, then you can refer to KVS Madan's book. The last set of topics are more information based, which covers two topics actually, which are people development and environment and higher education system. These are comparatively tougher topics because you have to study more to get the good marks. So definitely read all the PYQs like a book. If you study all the PYQs from environment, you are almost good to go for the exam itself. So if you remember the facts from the PYQs, they get repeated in the exam. So after finishing the PYQs, look at the themes like that have been coming in the PYQs. Like environment summit is one theme that comes repetitively. Prepare them separately from KVS Madan or Google them up. You can simply Google the topics that you have understood are coming repetitively in the exam based on the PYQs, and then study whatever you get there. You can like study Google in a specific way. Like if you want to know about environment summits, you can search on YouTube that environment summits UGC net. That will give you a few videos. So if you watch one or two videos from there and directly Google that environment summits and read one Wikipedia page or something like that, you are very well equipped to go for the exam. You may take a bit of note from there if you want. We'll come to the note making part later on. So overall, these three kinds of topics need to be studied differently and should be allotted time accordingly. So for the paper 2, I have already mentioned to what extent should you follow the resources. Apart from that, I did not find YouTube videos very useful for the paper 2 except for cultural studies portion. So selective study of books and notes is the key here. So in Arpita Karwa's website, you will find a lot of topics listed there. So under the section called full course syllabus. So if you go there, you will find a lot of topics there. So you can note these topics and read something on every topic from there. So that you have the basic understanding of everything, not just good understanding about one topic, but a basic understanding about everything. That is the goal here. This would also help you to understand, solve the chronology questions that come repetitively in the exam. I could not finish this exercise from the Arpita Karwa's website, but you can try this. Other than this, I could not focus on memorizing part either. So I used to focus on understanding part. So I would study something and try to understand it and not memorize it. So if you are somebody who can memorize a lot, you can go further and remember the things also, like remember the authors associated with the themes and their major works listed there in the Arpita Karwa's website. So for NET, it is good if you have good memorizing skills, but you can also clear the exam without that. So you need not worry about that. Sometimes just knowing the names is not enough, that you should understand. Like just memorizing is not sufficient. You need to read the texts as well, that you have been doing in your last 5 years of studies, I hope. So like if you have studied Foucault's what is an author, only then you can solve certain questions coming from the texts. So read such small texts, small length canonical texts from by Derrida, Foucault, or Spivak, mainly for literary criticism and literary theory, but also for other topics. So you can identify this kind of text from the PYQs itself. So if you can understand what are the topics that are coming repetitively and follow the resources based on those topics that are coming, you will understand what to study and what not to study in paper 2. So that's all about the resources and their management. See you in the next video.